Welcome to the Stat Guy Show, episode number 18. Tonight's guest is John Poole of 336 Mafia. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good, man. Thank you for coming on the show. I've been trying to get you. I should have got you on earlier, but I'm glad we got to do it now. So thank you so much for coming on the show. But let's get right into it. What are you up to these days? What do you got going on right now, John?
Well, we got a whole little thing going on. I mean, a whole new thing. But first of all, I appreciate you having us on. Thank you, man. It means a lot to so many people you don't even know. And, we're trying to raise awareness for our MS and our autism societies. And, we're getting hooked up to them. So we'll have links shortly on our show, on, our pages and our store, that we got coming up and running here shortly. We're going to give a percentage of all T-shirt sales, all hat sales, and stickers. We got promotional stickers. That all that goes to the foundations. We don't keep a penny of that. They get a percentage, like I said, off shirt and hat sales. The more to sell, the more it helps out people. Now, I was real interested in where my money goes. Okay, so I collect all this money, and I want to make sure it don't go in somebody's damn pocket. What I mean? I want to make sure it goes to the people who are less fortunate. I want people to needs wheelchairs that can't afford their medicine, that can't get back and forth to the doctors. Can't. Whatever, the less fortunate. And that's what the foundations that we've hooked up with MS Society of America and MS Society of America does. And, so we're just going through the process, finishing up. We got the autism is all done now, society. So we're halfway through the MS Foundation Society, getting set up with them and stuff. And so we'll have literature to track for people that don't know what MS is or autism and wants to learn a little bit more about it. They have links they can go to, click on our pages and go to them awarenesses and, find out more about it, And of course, I have MS myself. So, I live with it on a daily basis. So, but, hell, I just want to show somebody, you don't got to give up because you got a disability or an ailment or something wrong with you, as long as, if I just give up, shit, I'd be gone in a week,
Yeah.
But, you just got to keep out here digging, it's a mindset and it's a serious mindset, because I'm telling you, some mornings it's hard. I'm telling you, it's hard. But
so for those that don't know, John, what is it like what's it like daily living with MS? What's it like for you?
Well, as the older I've got, it's got a little bit rougher. I can't walk far. I can't walk long distances. My legs work fine. I still drive a tractor trailer. I got CDLs. I'm safe to drive. I'll never get in a race car or a tractor trailer that I don't feel safe in. I would not put nobody in danger by no means. So I get that right off the table before anybody asks. I know my limitations. I have days. It's hard to get to walking around. The mobility is the toughest thing for me. Because, I sat there and watched my father, 72 years old, was in a motorcycle wreck 2 years ago, and he laid up for a year recovering from a motorcycle wreck. And he goes out here and does more than I can do. He can work my ass on the table at 72 years old. And it's not because I'm lazy by no means. I promise you, I work most people on the table. I got a great group of guys at the shop. I'll be down there like sitting on the ground, working on a vehicle or a truck or whatever, fabricating something. And I say, all right, boys, come move me to the next project. They'll come pick me up. And then once I get up, I can walk, they'll help me up and I go on to the next project, So, it's tough. And there's a lot of pain involved in it, but, we get through it. I'm not a quitter. Quitting is not an option. It's not in my vocabulary.
Right. Yeah. So let's talk about 336 Mafia. What is it? When did it start? Talk about that.
336 Mafia. We started actually with our bikes, drag bikes. I was right 21. We was running KOG, King of Grudge. We was running drag bikes, and friends and family just didn't like this idea of my ass being on a motorcycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I said, well, I done started this year. I'm going to finish this year. And we bought Roxy the same year. And we finished out KOG in 21. We finished fifth in ET brackets overall for KOG. And that's not no easy task. We went a GSXR 1000, all motor bike. And she's a bad boy.
Nice.
Ain't no doubt about it. But we switched over to Roxy. We started in Street Takeover at Z-Max Drag Strip in Charlotte, North Carolina. That was our very first event. We done okay. And then 2 weeks later, we showed up MPK. And we've been there ever since.
Was that season 4 of MPK?
Season 4, that's correct. And we found a home and we've been right there ever since. It was kind of funny. Jim, our tech guy at MPK, And I sat there and I pulled the car up to tech, right? And Jim looks at the car and says, "Oh, you're driving for Gary Punsackett." I'm like, "Who?" I said, "Hell no, I ain't either. Gary don't own this car. I own this car." And he said, "That's Gary's car because I helped build that car." So there's small world. I'm in North Carolina. That car come out of Arizona. So,
Yeah.
but Jim had a hand in helping Gary, get it together when we first started because Roxy was a SEMA car, 17, 18, and 19. She's in SEMA, and then Gary wanted. It took a long time for us to purchase Roxy. Gary, he knew something was wrong with him, and he was going to pass on, and that cancer. And all he wanted to do was find Roxy a home, and
Okay.
somebody would take her to the next level.
Yeah.
And he got to see Roxy on TV because we made it to the finals in Bradenton, Florida, and we was on Team Attack, and he got to see his car on national television.
Yeah.
And he passed away in January, the following January.
Oh, man.
God rest his soul, but he got to see that and enjoy that, and that brings so much joy to my heart. I did everything I told him I'd do. And that's stuff that money can't buy.
Right.
I don't care how much money you got, you can't buy that.
Right. So you talked about upgrading Roxy. Sorry to cut you off. Upgrading Roxy. You're really upgrading it for this year. Talk about the changes coming to Roxy this year.
Oh yeah. Roxy ain't no slouch. And I hope and I pray that they underestimate me. Please do. By all means, please do. Roxy's going to have, we've tube chassis in her. Pat Musey and Ralph Musey, his Pat's brother, they stepped in and helped with the engine, and she's not going to be no joke. We got one of the best tuners on the East Coast. We have Pete Harold is going to tune our car this year. Same one that tunes Beer Money.
Nice.
People that know Beer Money and Lyle, they know exactly who I'm talking about. And Dean Carnes, he helped us out with the rear end, for a car, and Bart Morrison. And, I ain't got no mad love for Dean and his family, and I have mad respect. Like I said, back up just a little bit, back to Darlington of season 4, I didn't have an engine diaper. Dean Long didn't know us from Adam's house cat. If it wasn't for Dean, we wouldn't be racing that night. And Dean loaned us an engine diaper, and so we could pass tech. That's the only thing we failed tech on, And if it wasn't for Dean, we wouldn't have been racing then. And and we just come friends after that, and it's just been a great family friendship,
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome.
So we tube chassis it, narrowed in, full spool. We're running 3-speed Rosler transmission. We got some UC power out of the hood. So I promise you, she ain't gonna be no same thing you seen last year. Nothing. Whole new look as well. Twisted Graphics has stepped up, and I mean, I know what the car's gonna look like. I've done approved it through the new wrap and everything. We'll be wrapping her at the 1st of May. She'll get wrapped, and we'll do a reveal there at Twisted Graphics in Indiana.
Nice. So what's your plan? Is your plan to run the whole season this year? And talk about the other cars in 336 Mafia. What do you plan to do with those cars?
Okay, we got Honky Kong is a white Mustang out of Roanoke, Virginia. It runs under our flag, and we have Chuck Cornell runs Yo Mama, and it's a Gen 3 Camaro. And Scott Hogg is the one out of Roanoke, Virginia that runs the white Mustang, Honky Kong. They're going to run Semo class, and they're going to run small tires.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I'm going to jump in small tires as well. There, I've got a grudge to settle with small tires, so we're going to go get it. Believe that. So we tubbing her where we can run small tire and big tire on Roxy.
Nice.
So we want to get it out there. The more I'm out there, it helps with my causes. I won before I ever got to the track, so y'all can't beat me. I done won before I ever got there. Shit. It is what it is at the end of the day, man. Because I'm there for a different reason. I love the fellowship of my fans. I mean, if y'all could come to my trailer and just sit back and be a fly on the wall and listen to my fans that come to my trailer, I promise you a whole different mindset. I mean, how many stories that are just that people are grateful for me to be there, grateful to see that somebody's putting an effort to putting awareness out there for these causes. And we're going Saturday to a friend of mine's. It's her, I guess it's her niece, would be her niece. She's autistic. And so we're having Macy Day Saturday, and we're going to spend all day This Saturday, tomorrow, with Macy, and spend some time with her and get to know her a little bit, and, try to make her have a good memory, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. It ain't about the 10-room mansion or 50 cars and how many races you want. It's your memories that it's going to decide you through that.
Yeah, definitely.
Guaranteed.
Let's go back. Hey, Mike Chandler says John's a great guy.
Thanks, Mike.
Let's go back to Team Attack in season 4. So for those that don't know how Team Attack works, before we get into how it went for you, what does it take to even get into the Team Attack when it was ran that year?
Team Attack was awesome for the future class. I mean, I hate it got took away from us in 22. I mean, and I know a lot of people that dislike it, that it got took away from us. Okay. It actually gave the future class something to run for, something to shoot for. And, one person got the lucky shot, chip draw. One person got that. The second person on Team Attack had to win the future class. So if you wanted, you was going to Team Attack, and you got in there and it was awesome. That's the way it was run at Bradenton, you know what I mean? And so, we run the finals at Bradenton, and we was in Team Attack. We got lucky to be in there. And, we fought rain all weekend long. God almighty, it rained. It rained, it quit. It rained, it quit. Typical Florida weather, you know? And Mike Murillo, he went out right in front of us and blew the transmission. Yeah. And they cleaned it up, they throwed the swapped it all up and shit and got it cleaned up real quick. They was running late, with the rain delays and all that shit. And I was running Tony. And me and Tony lined it up, and I come out to do the burnout, and I went. And I usually stop. Like I should have just stopped, but I was like, man, with all this rain, the track's moist, I want these tires a little hotter than normal. So I was laying it down, and I hit that shit where Tony was at. I mean, Mike hit, lost his transmission, and I was in the car. I mean, you can watch the damn video.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everywhere. That shit went every fucking where. Mustangs doing what Mustangs do. Ha ha. Yeah, all kinds of shit. But it was fun. But Booster disqualified me. He's just doing his job. Rules are rules.
Yeah.
Is what it is. But I still laid it down afterwards. I still run my damn pass after let Tony go down. He won't let me go. Right. So we put it on.
Yeah. And then we saw obviously Team Attack get replaced with Grade 8 this past year.
All you're watching is Grade 8. You're watching the invitationals run Friday and Saturday night. You're just watching it over and over again. And a lot of the people don't like that. I mean, they like the team. They like the invitational. Don't get me wrong. They love them. But what I'm saying is it's like, okay, they want a variety. They don't want to see the same person run and win. Same person. It's just like a fucking repeat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah. I think I enjoy Team Attack because you got to showcase people like yourself, that I wouldn't normally see in the invitational. I thought it was great. So maybe they'll come back with it someday or some.
Well, I think they will, or are they going to do something? I mean, I feel they're going to do something with small tires this year. Everybody built small tire cars. I mean, I don't know that to be fact, but just I just got a gut feeling. I'll leave it at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm ready for them either way. Big tire, small tire, it don't matter. Shit. We'll run on 29s. I don't give a shit. Right. Race is a race, So, I mean, we're ready for them. I guarantee you that.
Earlier you said you're going to try. You said you were trying to make every race, I believe. Hey, what are your thoughts about the first five races? How tough is that going to be?
On me, not bad at all.
No,
I go to Ohio. I live 3 hours from Virginia, so I come back to the house and shit. I get to take a couple of days off, chill out, and then go to Virginia, and then I'll be gone for 3 weeks. I guess it'll be because then we'll go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, whatever it is.
Week 3 is Minneapolis, even north of Minneapolis, way up there.
Yeah, we go to Minnesota, and then we come back to Bowling Green. Well, hell, I got Bart's in Kentucky, have my homeboy, Melissa's there, shit, I got friends there, shit, I'm good as being at home, you know what I mean? And then New Hampshire, my aunt, my cousins live in Maine, which is like 70 miles from the track, so I got family there, so I'm good there too.
Yeah.
Shit. So I mean, I'm great. The first half of the season is great. Second half, don't know. Tulsa ain't gonna be no problem because I got family in Arkansas. That's where I'm originally from. So all my families are still in Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville, and Springdale. And Tulsa is like, for my people that I don't see all the time, they're coming to the track, and it gives them a variety to come and see me and get to learn a little bit what I do.
Yeah. So well then clearly the travel won't be a problem for you the first half. But
no.
What about parts? You think that might come into be an issue if you break something?
Well, I run the same rear end Dean and M's running, so Bart runs the same rear end. So if I bust a rear end, I'm good there. Hopefully, Bart's got me. I know he ain't gonna let me hanging. But as far as motor parts, because I run a Coyote, I run a Gen 2 Coyote. So,
Okay.
if it's something simple shit, I mean, I'll be all right. But if it's something that's going to have to be machined and polished and poured, yeah, I'm going to run into little problems there. Yeah, I think it's going to be an issue. You know.
Yeah. Will you set any goals for yourself this year?
Yeah, my goal is, I mean, honestly, people can laugh all they want to do. I mean, we done 150 last year, and I mean, I got the slips to prove it. Okay, it's not me just saying I can back everything I'm saying up. Okay, I done 150 with a 40,000-pound car. Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean, we're going to lighten it up. We're probably going to add lead back to the damn thing. You know what I mean? To make weight right. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to be 175 to 200 this year. That's number one goal. Number two, as far as racing part goes, but as far as my goals, as far as my awareness is, I'm trying to get at least 2,000 shirts sold and 2,000 hats sold this year.
Nice.
Okay, that way $2,000 go to each. Because I get $1 a shirt. Here's how it goes. I sell a shirt. I said $2. $1 goes to the MS Foundation. $1 goes to autism. Same thing on the hats. $1 goes to the MS Foundation. $1 goes to the Autism Foundation. So the more hats, more shirts we can sell, we can move. That's going to get it up there. And that's not even counting the support stickers because they get all of that 100%. And like last year, they people are just like, they buy like a couple things and they say, well, I'd give them the change. And they're like, no, keep it. It'd be like $20. They give me $100. They have like $20 change or something.
Yeah.
No, just give it to the foundation. And I thought that was pretty cool. So
yeah, that's really cool, John.
So we got a lot of people out there that's got good hearts, and as a racing community and a racing family, it's it's a different breed. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I have mad respect for every one of the drivers out there. Every single one of them. I mean, my hat's off to them. Everything. I mean, I can't say enough good things about them.
Yeah, for sure. So with all the changes your car's going through currently, when do you hope to test to get ready for the season?
We're starting to test in May. May we'll be testing. Okay. The whole month of May we'll be testing. We're going to test at Mooresville Drag Strip.
And that's your local drag strip?
Yep. It was right down the shop from Pat's garage. I mean, literally a mile from Pat's shop.
Okay, nice.
And Uncle Ralph said he'd come down and help us out, get stuff set up and show us what it can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and our tuner's right around the corner too. He was like 2 miles from the damn track. So it's convenient for everybody. And I'm like 20 minutes from the track. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm the furthest one away.
So, hey John, if you want, we'll start taking questions from anybody that's watching.
All right.
And while we're waiting for questions to show up, so since season 4, because that's when you started No Prep Kings, in garage races or anything, have you developed any rivalries with anybody? Anybody you want to kick their ass every time you line up against them?
No, not really. I mean, me and Bobby, we kind of sputted on one thing. I mean, I don't know if I took his live wrong, misunderstood him or what. I called him out to come to North Carolina, and that was a big rah for a little bit. But I had mad respect for Bobby Cody. I mean, I do. I mean, I don't dislike the man. He's just, he's Bobby. I mean, what can you say? He's Bobby. Just like I'm John. But I mean, Bobby's got Bobby's got a badass Mustang. That black Mustang. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's just badass. Eric Bain. I talked to Eric the other night. It's probably been a week or so ago, I guess. I talked to Eric because Eric was the first one I run at No Prep Kings. The very car I first lined up against was Eric Bain.
Yeah.
We had a blue Corvette.
Yep.
I'll run his ass. So, he was having problems. I'm not going to sit here and say he was all 100% on his game and all that shit because he wasn't. I mean, I'll tell the truth. Good or bad, I'm going to tell it.
Yeah.
And so we lined up, and I mean, half track, he was right there with me, and you could hear us pulling up. Woo! All right, shit. When Roxy caught third gear, it was deuces. and shit, I won that, man. My head about that damn big. I was walking on cloud 9. Hell, we went over and had some Texas barbecue and drank some shine with him afterwards. Shit, it was all good. And I like Eric Bain. And he got him a Mustang this year. So I talked to him. I was like, we run season 4. And he said, yeah, I remember you. And I was like, well, I want to do over. Now, mono, Mustang, let's get it on. So, he's down for it,
Cool.
And, last year I run Jeff Lutz, first race out. We'd reworked the car a lot last year, and we took it down to Palm Beach Dynos. That's who our tuner was last year, Rob Shoemaker. And they had it on dyno the night before for like 5 hours working on that car. And We got it off there and just put it straight off the trailer, son. Not one pass test on this card, nothing. We lined it up against Jeff, and about 3/4 way down the track, yeah, rear end side to lock the hell up. I smacked the freaking wall. I was in the left lane. I come all across, smacked the right wall. It pushed the front end 18 inches to the right. So yeah, there'll be no more of them days. I guarantee you that, because we testing and tuning before we go anywhere.
Right.
So, and like I said, we got a lot of people that's backing us and helping us, and I have mad respect for them. So,
Jimmy
but
Ruff
like I said, I don't have really no rivals. What's the fastest you ever been on your bike? I've been 202.
Wow.
202.
Do you miss that? Do you miss racing your bike at all?
I do. I like the adrenaline rush. I mean, shit. I live every day because what I got wrong with me and stuff, and I know what it can do. And every day's a gift to me. Every day I wake up, I'm walking. That's a gift. That's a blessing. So you can believe I'm willing to take it to the extreme. Live every day like it's my damn last. Shit, we want to go 300. Let's go 300. Damn it, let's roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but I do miss the bikes at times. I ain't gonna lie about it.
Richard Rowe has a question.
I love Virginia. Virginia is my awesomest track. Yeah. I can't wait to get back to Virginia. I mean, the guys up there, the local guys up there, that run small tires up there, they're awesome as hell. I love the facility. You got plenty of room. You're not crowded. It's everybody's on concrete. They're stuck out in the back 40. Like up there down Maple Grove. God almighty, Maple Grove was horrible last year. Horrible. I hate that track. I'm glad they ain't going back, if you want the truth. I mean, getting to the damn track, I got them across 3 valleys and 2 mountains and a couple creeks, and shit, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, that's right there. I'm gonna tell you, Justin Swanstrom, he earned mad respect from me last year. My hat's off to Justin. I'll sit there and I watched him coming down the track. I was right up there at the fence watching, and he comes around the track. I seen him on fire about half track. I seen the car already on fire. And then when Super Dave let off of it, the car just hooked. I mean, it just burped it, and it slammed him into Justin. They got tangled up, went backwards into the wall. Well, Justin's on fire. He gets out, bless his heart. He can't see shit. His shield's all smoked up.
Right,
He falls over the damn wall. I mean, hits the wall. It's like a damn cartoon character. Plap. And then he jumps back up, and Dave couldn't get out the car. Justin ran right back into the fire to get that door open. And just mad respect for Justin Swanstrom for that. Just mad respect.
Yeah, that was a scary situation, but everything came out good, thank God.
Oh yeah, thank God. You can place a car, you can't place a driver.
Right. When you're not working on your car, John, or racing anything, what do you like to do? What do you like to do in your spare time?
Yeah, that's about all I do is race. I like build shit. I love fabricating shit, making new shit. Fixing stuff that, I see, I like this, but it'd be better if it was done A, B, or C to it, So I like to play around and fabricate shit, our end game is to have a full-blown motor shop in the next 3 years and a full chassis shop. That's where, because I know I'm not going to be able to race forever, but I'm going to build some badass race cars.
Yeah.
That's my end game, learning along the ways, and I'm out here testing and trying things now,
Right.
And,
that's great, man.
And learn how to set them up and, just learn and pass it along. I got a great group of guys that work for me and gals, we got Melissa Jenkins, we got Tanya Watson out of Oklahoma City. Melissa's out of Kentucky. We got Lorraine. She's out of Peabody, Kansas, all them girls, they do our social media, they do our merch, and, my hat's off to them because I'm going to tell you, that is one hard job is social media.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm telling you, I try to help the girls when I can, and then we got Kyla Hall out of North Carolina. She's just come on board with us. She's going to start doing some help with social media because it's so much. I mean, it's getting so overwhelming. It's too much for one person. I'll tell you that now, even two at times, I try to help them do TikTok and a little bit of Facebook stuff, but that's about all I do, just enough to get my ass in trouble. I mean, that's the truth of the matter, and but I mean, like I said, it's I got the boys in the shop. I got Josh Wood and I've got Chris Hill and my dad. God, mad respect for my father. You know, he's 72 years old and he's down there building a chassis for my race car right now as we're talking. He's still working.
Nice.
And he's been working since 8 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
You know, he's so proud to be a part of the team and see what we've accomplished. And, you know, because my dad, that's his favorite show was Street Outlaws. But when that show come on, the world stopped. I mean, just hell, there ain't nothing going to happen. You just might as well cancel it for next hour. Pop's watching TV, you know, and so for him to see his son to be a part of this and him to be out there and, you know, get to talk to people and, you know, he's proud and he's honored. And, you know, right there, what better gift could you get from, you know, giving your father, you know?
Yep, that is awesome. Where can people follow you on social media? So you're talking about that.
They can follow us on our page is 336 Mafia Drag Team on Facebook. And then we got 336 Mafia on TikTok. And then our group is 336 Mafia, period. There's no drag team on the end of it. That's our group, you know, private group. You know, we let them in and they come in and they find out stuff, you know, you just don't throw out and everybody know, you know, in the private groups.
Right.
But yeah, and Instagram, of course, you know, goes along with Facebook.
And where can people go to get merch?
Well, that's what we're working on. Tanya's working on it now to get our store. We're having a little problem with people that are just not wanting to get right where people can pay. You know, so we're having a problem with Square right now and PayPal. That's the only reason. Because we got sales on like the shirt I'm wearing right now. You know, that's last year's shirt. We've probably got about 70 shirts is all we got left, but we're gonna sell them like dirt cheap. You know, we got new shirts. This year we're gonna have hats, shirts, license plates, lighters, and something else. I think it's Frisbees, because it's always, you see parents come up and I know what it costs to come to these events. And you see the parents come up and they're wanting a shirt for them, right? And time to do that, they really ain't got money to buy nothing for the kids. And there's not a whole lot of stuff for kids because the kids, there's some kids, but not a whole lot, you know. So we're trying to do little Frisbees, you know, little Frisbees, got our logo, Racing for a Cure. We're going to do an orange one and a purple one. And hell, if they can't afford it, I'll give it to them, you know, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kids would love that shit for sure.
People they don't like me in the merch tent because I'd be giving shit away. I see people, I'd be like, man, they can't afford it. Give them one. Or there'd be two adults there, and you can tell they can only afford one shirt. You know, like, that's not right. Give them one. Yeah, they'd be like, get the hell out of here. But that's just the way it is. You know, I mean, what you see is what you get with me. I mean, I live every day to the fullest, and I damn sure ain't got no filter.
Right. So, John, you talked about your crew and who's helped you. Who are some sponsors you'd like to shout out?
My sponsors, first and foremost, is you know, Micah Sims and Donna Glitter. You know, Twisted Graphics out of Indiana. They do everything for us. They do all of our merch. They're doing us a new merch booth this year, so people will be able to find us. We'll stand out a little bit. You know, hell, we've been using Walmart shit, man. I mean, poor man got pulled ways, brother. It works though. Shit, we ain't above it.
Right.
A little duct tape and a zip tie, baby. We in business.
Hell yeah.
But this year, you know, Twisted Graphics is, I mean, they went on beyond the cause. They wrap 550 race cars a year, and they do it in 3 different countries. Our support sticker, their goal is our support sticker be on every race car they wrap by the end of the year. And all the dirt track car series, and they run from ARCA all the way down to a go-kart.
Right.
And in between, you know, dirt track, asphalt, late models, sportsmen's, they do it all. And, you know, where the guys are like super, super awesome. They are jumping aboard, supporting us. They done a race in North Carolina, and they was like 80 some cars at that event. Every one of them run our sports sticker at one race.
Nice.
You know, so Roxy's name is getting out there worldwide. You can believe that. It's coming. Yeah. You know, and they do all of our merch and stuff up at Twisted Graphics, and you know, they're awesome people. I mean, they're family. You know,
right?
And, you know, I've got to give my shout out to Fuel Tech. Fuel Tech hooked us up. We got rid of that little electric gremlin. I hate that son of a bitch. He messed us up. My car went in limp mode so many damn times last year. Boy, it said it run good. You go over there and do a burnout, shut down. I'm like, man. So Fuel Tech hooked us up on a brand new system. I'm talking wiring harness, sensors, steering wheel, dash, everything. Every piece of that system in that car will be Fuel Tech this year. Every bit of it. HP injectors, high performance injectors, give us all new injectors. And then I got to give them a shout out to my boy, the Muses. Now, Uncle Ralph done hooked me up. I mean, he done some polishing port, and they worked 30 hours on my head. I mean, polishing
Wow.
port in my heads and my supercharger. So, and then Edelbrock, furnished with a 2650 supercharger for us, and so, got to give a shout out to them. M&O Transportation, they sponsored our first race. They're a small trucking company here in Lexington, North Carolina. Ryan Lewis and Melissa Lewis, got to give a shout out to them. They put $1,000 up to pay our entry fees and stuff to get us in the first race.
Nice.
And just like I said, we just got all kinds of love and respect. We got VP Fuels, give us barrels of fuel this year. We got Amsoil. We don't have a whole lot of sponsors, but the one we do are badass. I mean,
that's great.
I mean, you can't ask for no better.
Right. Yeah.
And like I said, and we're building our own chassis. We do in-house chassis, and then Martin Morrison out of Kentucky up there, out of London, Kentucky. He helps us out. I blow him phone up all the time. Hey, Mark, what do here, buddy? Hey, I send you a picture. Now what do I do? Step 2. So my hats off to Bart and Maul, and Dean and Lindsay. That's my family too, all of them. There ain't nothing I wouldn't do for Bart and them and Dean. All they had to do is ask and it'd be done.
Right.
Yeah. For them.
That's awesome. Well, John, it sounds like you're all in this year, man. Really.
Oh, 100%. I'm telling you what, it's like this. Either we're going to make it or we're going to be at the homeless shelter in the soup kitchen. And I'll send you the address accordingly. That's where we're going to be. Failure's not an option. We got, like I said, we got so many people that are backing us and supporting us. I mean, how could we fail? And we're going to help so many people that we haven't even met yet by what we're doing for the foundations. And,
right, that's amazing.
And that's what's important to me. That's like I said, you can't beat me. I already won before I ever got to the track,
Right. Yep.
And, I enjoy what I do. And it's like when I get up in that staging lane, and I know it's probably going to sound a little silly, but it is what it is. When I get in that staging lane, my guys know to leave me alone. I get in the car. When I get in that car, leave me alone. I get my mind right. And for that few minutes that I have, it's just I'm equal as anybody else on this planet. I don't have no worries. I don't have no disailments. I don't have no pains. I don't hobble when I walk,
Yeah.
So, I'm just as good as anybody else, The only person that can beat me is beat myself,
Right.
And that's not going to happen.
Right.
That's damn sure not going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got you, man. So, well, John, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. It means a lot to me. You're an inspiration. I learned so much more about you these last couple of days. And I just think you're awesome for Street Outlaws. I think you're awesome for the sport. I think it's awesome how you're helping with awareness for MS and autism. I can't wait to meet you in Ohio. Again, thank you for coming on the show, man. Appreciate it.
Well, like I said, we're here. We're going to show up and show out at every event, And like I said, we're 1,000% in. We ain't 100%. We're 1,000%. We're gonna blow it up. Watch what I tell you. We're gonna be a contender. And like I said, please underestimate me. Go ahead. Underestimate me. Yeah, I got this.
Yeah, John.
So, like I said, thank you for having me, man. And thanks for all of our followers, all of our supporters, man. I mean, we couldn't do it without them. That's facts. And like I said, I love each and every one of them. And one last thing, before closing right here. Tanya's working on her is TMK photography. She's going to do all of her photography work this year. Get up, get some badass pictures, and get some good shots. Of the taking off and burnouts. People like, and we'll have them up for sale in the merch booth as well. Cool. That way she can get her little thing going there. And Melissa was Big End on her show, the Big End.
Yep.
Melissa Jenkins. Yep. Shout out to her, and I got to give a shout out to my boy, Jim Howe, because Jim Howe, he opened the door for me with revelations, and I mean, John, he's controversial as hell, but I like him though,
Yeah. Oh yeah. He tells it how it is.
Yeah. John owed him to tell it like it is, he don't give a shit. But Jim, I've got to say thanks to Jim Howe Motorsports and what Jim Howe's done for us and stuff, and just awesome couple guys out there, in their own right. Yeah. And they throw some badass times down on that quarter mile now.
Oh yeah.
Now they ain't playing. So I believe they're gonna be big contenders this year. I'm telling you, better watch out for them two right there if you don't watch out for nobody else.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, John, like I said, thank you again, man. It was my pleasure for sure. And I wish you the best of luck this year. And like I said, I'm excited to meet you in Ohio at the race number 1.
Oh, absolutely. Come on by. You're always welcome.
All right. Thank you, John. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.